they do. I wasn't bald in high school. What the hell?
Were you balding?
No, not till college. I think I was like 21, 22 when it started, and I cried a lot.
Did you?
Super sad. Yeah, going bald sucks, man. Super sad.
Well, I'll let you two lovely gentlemen take this away from
All
Master
right,
Control.
Cheetah and Merc, hopping into it.
I'm not calling you Cheetah.
Well, why not?
I mean, I guess if you want to be. Sounds good, Cheetah.
Thank you, buddy. Thank you. But we're right into the Control. 100 Thieves up 2-0 in the series and looking to close it out here. Joe, you and I talked a lot when we were on Bravo about how difficult you and I thought Control was going to be for a lot of these amateur teams, considering it's a new game mode, considering they're matching up against teams at a level they have not played against all year. The only one I really saw was what FaZe got upset in the Control. That was the one that kind of stood out to me, but that's pretty shocking.
And that was on Arsenal too. That was when FaZe is very comfortable on.
Yeah, I thought most upsets would be like frequency here.
Seaside and frequency.
Yeah. So far, so good from Sicario, at least with the lives department. That's going to be a B cap. So first point done. Now the focus all to church side. This first transition, huge, but they all get wiped off the map as soon as they get the points. That's great from 100 Thieves. That allows you to push up the map, layer the map, get set up.
That was fast from Chino. That was actually a great play. But
Chino just nuts at this game.
Yeah, dude, Chino's a beast. I mean, he's a beast, but you saw Kenny with the SOG. I wonder if 100 Thieves going for a 3 SOG setup on this map. You know, Kenny, he has the ability to do it if he wants to. He just seems that versatile, but pulls out the Maddox now. But this is the tough part if you are Sicario. How do you get this 8 point? Looks like they're going to go around this wide tree. Proto goes so high. Almost like he got stuck up there in the gutter for a second.
He was on top of the church. What the hell was that?
Is that an intended line of sight?
I don't know if it is, Joe. It's a wild movement there from Proto. And you can see exactly why they do that. The distraction, like it just lifts the eyes of all players. They have to focus high. They get caught. That was a really popular strategy, really back in advanced movement. Well, jetpack Call of Duty when you really can get high.
Can fly,
That entry player goes high, takes the eyes up, and then everyone else melts them. But 6v9 is the lives right now.
That Priest is just frying everybody.
Priesta just scorching people. 9 and 4, 4 in a row for him. 400 off streaks. So we swap to Slasher quickly, right back to Priesta as he keeps this streak going. Only 3 lives remaining for Sicario. Priesta will close this out on a nasty little streak. 5 in a row for him, and Exceed hanging out by the water fountain, knows he's lost this round and knows that he is dead.
Boy, can they get Priest of this kill? I was going to say, he's going to jump off. If LA 100 Thieves are trying to get Priest of that kill, even just 100 points to try to get him closer to those streaks. But
how close did he end off it?
I didn't see. Yeah, a couple hundred. But, I mean, a nice round from 100 Thieves. I mean, they give up that B point pretty quick. It was solid from Sicario, but then after that, it was just flawless from 100 Thieves. You only had a couple of pushes that came on through. They were able to lock it down.
Well, yeah, I think the big thing was as soon as they got that point, they got that clean wipe, right? You send all 5 back to spawn. It allows you to kind of get set up at mid-map. You basically make sure that you never get a full push out of Sicario. Everything gets staggered because they're always losing 1 or 2 in transition when they're trying to get off a spawn. That's the hard part, though. Getting that 8 point is the most difficult part here. So we'll see if Sicario can improve in that regard on offense the next time around. But now they've got to go to the defensive front. And this is a round you just have to win. You cannot give this one up to 100 Thieves.
Yeah, we'll see what Priest said. He's actually going in first. 325 off streaks. Doesn't matter to him. He's still using that grapple.
Yeah, I think if he's like 75, 100 off, something might be a different story, but still a bit of a ways to go. And you have Slasher getting set up for streaks in the back, so you can bait for him. He was only 300 off when this started.
So now he's 50 points away. He's going to have a one-on-one against Chino. And there we go, on that, towards that side, able to find the last bullet. He was 1 bullet away from getting taken down, but a great job. I think that was Kenny who slid out in front of him. Nice bait and switch. It's a strong spot with the ICR. Proto going on a bit of a flank behind Kenny, who just popped up off spawn.
Now, poor Kenny, who's thrown himself in front of Slasher, and then that's how you die next time. That leads to a little bit of frustration.
You like that from Proto. Doesn't overcommit, waits for his teammates to help retake this site. They have to hunt him down. He's just wasting 100 Thieves' time right now and staggering the pushes that they're throwing towards his B site.
Now Kenny, a chance to make a play of his own. He has his fist out.
Yeah, he got caught. Yep.
One of those
Switching
times
weapons.
He's wide
it doesn't matter. He's good.
That has been something we've talked about him basically forever, that he just constantly
Dude, in World War II, he
triangle,
did it so
triangle,
much.
Y, whatever you want to call it, just constantly swapping. You look at him caught at times, or he'll end up frying 6 in a row. You never really know with Kenny.
It's just, I don't know, it just
keeping
keeps
those
in the groove.
Yeah, exactly. Keeping those hands in a groove. making sure you're always kind of at full attention. Well, I was he gets caught not at attention though sometimes. The problem of it. Nice win from Enable there in the one-on-one. So the first point done. Now you do have these streaks from Slasher to open it up. Where do you think it would be best to try and use those? Wait for defense or look for an open
I would
offense?
wait for it's tough, even on offense, because what the defensive team can do is just go into church. There's even buildings in their back spawn. You typically get lucky if you get more than one. It is so hard to find one with this streak, so I wouldn't be surprised if he waits. The only other good thing that's good to use it on offense is if you're inside church and then you're using it to just waste time, right? They can't come through those church doors. We'll see if they can get it set up. If 100 Thieves doesn't get inside church, I imagine he just keeps it for defense.
OJ, you can see how much importance both teams are really putting on control of this tower. There's been like a one-on-one, two-on-two. Like they've just been fighting tooth and nail to try and get control. 100 Thieves have given it up for now, and they want to push towards the back church steps and take a different look at it.
A nice position right here from Proto. I wonder if Slasher's going to use one here. It doesn't look like he's going to get aggressive with his team. Here comes the push. We saw Sicario try to do this last round, but it's the same result as the defensive team able to hold on right now. But Slasher snuck through the back. He was the last player left from that push. But Sicario take care of business now, 7 versus 5, but it's really the clock that's the problem. 10 seconds left.
Nice win from Priest.
Grab.
Grab slam to use. He wins that one. Who knows? But his teammates do clean up the rest. Suddenly, it's going to be a 3 versus 4. Last player is going to drop inside. Exceed. So much work to do. 2 versus 2. 1.8 seconds on the clock. Kenny's going to get caught. Proto comes up with both. And Sicario hold on to tie it up at 1-1. But
yeah, that gets scary because if Priest is able to stay alive, doesn't get shot in the back by his teammate, he has Grav going into that church, and the round's probably over.
best play goes to Lenny, and I think this is just during that wild sequence where everyone was trying to get control of these steps. And Lenny locked it down, forced 100 Thieves to take a different look at it. They get a nice push. They get a nice chance. Comes down to a 2v2. They just can't win it.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a game. We're not going to a place this an instant reaction. Don't worry about it, okay?
What? Maybe I just want to have a mid-game interview. Jess is going to go out there and be like, yo, Slasher, what's up, dude? What did you think about that round you just lost, bro?
Yeah, bro.
When did we do those? We did mid-series, and was that Black Ops 3? We had like, we had Ash that did an interview. She did that once. One of the players was like, what are you doing? It was like in the middle of CTF, like a halftime or something. Yeah, we didn't do those again.
No. I imagine you didn't.
Risa trying to work his way forward. He used the grab slam to open up this round, it looks like. Slasher still has those streaks. Slasher trying to pick them apart, but the utility from Exceed able to take him out. No progress on either side thus far from Sicario.
You see what Sicario was doing. They knew that the 100 Thieves players were so far pushed up B, they wanted to pull them off that. So they go towards A, find a couple of kills, but then they stay middle of the map so they can rotate on over. Enable, he's going to get caught from the players spawning in. Now Sicario, they're going to be able to make some progress towards this B zone. Proto's going to find the third as he's able to use that grass and connect with two.
And he wants to get forward. He wanted to grapple a pie like we saw him do previously and be such a distraction, but the positioning from 100 Thieves good enough to deal with it.
Here's the problem though, because they didn't stay and capture this B zone, well, I was gonna say, if they're all able to stay up, you can use the streak and maybe retake that B zone. But Liddy is able to find two, has the help of Tommy as well. I mean, they could still use a streak here if Slasher wants to invest in one. They're all inside. He's gonna use a War Machine instead.
Does some damage, gets one kill. He only has 7 bullets in the clip. Would have been able to do it with the shot melee, but he gets smoked as the slide comes on through. And these offenses so crucial for Sicario. You get 3 defenses if you're 100 Thieves. You've got to pull out an offense if you're going to get this done if you're Sicario. And that nice little flank there from Enable shuts down their opening wave after capturing B.
Sicario was able to get A last time, but they weren't able to get B. Or sorry, B. They weren't able to get A.
Well, think about it. Last time they got the first point, remember they all got kind of smoked off the map. This time Enable goes on a 4 streak there as soon as they get the point and disrupts their opening, transitioning over towards the site. Like, each time they step it up, as Enable just continues to go on a tear. That's now 7 in a row for Enable. And this entire spree has basically happened since they capture B. Like right after they get it, Enable just goes into a second gear. And he has a chance to get some streaks. He's got to be awfully close to picking some up. We'll watch Slasher for now as Slasher gets the melees in, finally drops. How close is Enable? He's 50 off still.
Trying to find one more to get those streaks. I mean, you have 2 sets of streaks going into an offensive round. You're going to use some.
Well, I think this is why you saw Sicario try to throw so much at that push the back steps before they finished capturing it. They kind of wanted to get 2 birds with 1 stone because they got smoked last time. They had that kind of 4 or 5 person stack and tried to push out. Same thing happens here. They get it, but it's so sloppy afterwards because Enable makes the play. I like the idea. It's just they got the worst result of both. They don't get any pressure towards the back steps, and they don't get the point. Like, it just couldn't have gone worse for them. But I don't mind the effort.
Kitty, were you trying to tell me LG got 3-0'd? They're down 2-0. Okay, so LG's down 2-0.
Glad I didn't pick them to win this event.
Well, yeah. That's crazy.
I heard from the boot camp. Stuff seemed kind of off with them at the boot camp, so I don't know. Maybe the honeymoon period, it was a real short honeymoon.
Yeah.
A 1-event honeymoon.
They even made it to Sunday, that event. Really? It was a one-day honeymoon.
A one-day honeymoon?
Yeah.
Man, that's
tough. It's a sad honeymoon.
If we were going to go on one, where would we go, Joe?
Probably, I mean, Mexico, right? We just eat tacos.
Okay, no, that's a perfect idea. That's why I love you, Joe.
Yeah.
I had Taco Bell for breakfast today.
Oh, you did.
So good. We still have 2 streaks available for 100 Thieves. And we'll see if they can close out this series on this offense. Yeah, we're missing that top banner right now, but it is 2-0 for 100 Thieves. They're up front. And to be fair, both maps were relatively hard fought.
Yeah, first one, Sicario fought their way back into it. Enable just trying to stay alive. Exceed's going to find it with the War Machine. Right now, Sicario doing a very solid job off the break to not let 100 Thieves inside this B zone. What are 100 Thieves going to do? Like you said, they've already used a couple of streaks in this round, not able to connect with much. You still have Enable with the Vision Pulse, but the big issue is that time. There's only 25 seconds left for them to get onto a zone, and 3 go down.
That could be the round. Slasher's flank towards A might be everything. If he wins this one-on-one, he can really pause time by getting onto this A side, or is he going to push the whole way through? He might just push through and flank B, but his teammates...
Like you said, he's got to stop the clock. Yeah, he has to stop the clock. Wins or finds Chino, but here comes the reinforcements.
I didn't think that stun was going to hit him with where it was angled, but it is able to connect. He's able to back up and bait and switch, though, and Kenny does get 2. They got to get back in, though. 2 seconds to go. Tries to slide in. Tagged as he goes in.
They got to be. They got to be.
Now they're on the other side, and it's really Tommy here that might be able to make a play, but Priest able to catch the angle. But now the swarm comes in as Sicario moves across the map, and you just don't have the numbers here from 100 Thieves. They'll get dropped. They'll get smoked. Round to Sicario, and, well, as you expect typically on a map like this, it's all defense.
All defense. The tough part for Sicario, you still have 2 lightning strikes on the side of 100 Thieves, where it's going to be difficult to really take that B zone down low.
It's like it's already difficult now.
Yeah.
Even more difficult.
We'll have to take a look at the specialist, see what both teams have to use.
It's just another one of the events. If you're the higher seed, like it really works out for you when it comes to these controls.
So just Vision Pulse on 1. Chino has his, plus you have the Tempest on Tommy. The Vision used right away from Chino to try to get inside, but Slasher's going to use his Hellstorm.
And I'll tell you what, you and I have seen some really horrible uses of streaks early and some that really work off when you call, like you can't call it into what, 15 seconds on the clock. That one though, you get 3 down, ends up being a complete 5 down. You have a 5 life advantage. You're pulling in Vision Pulse. This round's over before it starts.
Yeah, like, this is just wasting time. It's all this is doing. A couple of nade kills come in. How do you make a push now if you are Sicario? The lightning strike is in. They are just stuck in their base. 100 Thieves spawn trapping the hell out of Sicario. Tempest was used by Tommy to try to help them to get out, but even now, look, it's a 10 life advantage, even if they do get to B.
Yeah, this has been a good old-fashioned stomping in the 5th and final round, but what a fantastic streak use from Slasher, and they follow it up brilliantly. Sicario is going to get 3-0 in this series, but they played 100 Thieves tough on all 3 maps. I think that's something to be proud of as you move deeper into the group, but unfortunately, a 3-0 is still a 3-0, and all that matters is map wins and series wins at the end of the day, especially when you take a look at tiebreakers if this group goes the distance.
Yeah, I mean, but it was like, it just felt like 100 Thieves was always in control, though. Like, while it was close, it just always felt like, all right, no matter what, they had the advantage when it came towards that end game.
I guess I just, even though it's 3-0, I kind of like what I saw with Sicario. I mean, I didn't have big expectations, to be honest. We were playing against one of the best teams in the world. The 100 Thieves do what they need to do. They come in, they handle business, they get the 3-0.
They certainly do here. Again, 100 Thieves taking it there on Alpha, as Maven just said, 3-0 over Sicario. We're going to swing now in just a second down to Delta, where Midnight is up 2-0 over Fury Gaming. Just a quick update. Luminosity on Bravo is down 2-0 to Singularity.
And they're getting kind of